So this is the Roman Groma. It was used to measure right angles and build or map out roads and city blocks. It was typically used in military, where they would build the roads for the Roman military to go through, and it would also be used to map out the tents so that it was easy passage between everything, and everything was laid out pretty well. And so what would happen is they would plant the Groma into the ground, and this shaft right here is the ferramentum. It's the pole with the spike on the end. I wasn't able to put an actual spike on the end, so it's just a sharpened part of the piece of wood. This right here is the rostro, which branches it out so nothing gets tangled with this. And then this is the cross with the hanging plumb lines at the bottom. This hanging plumb line right here was used to mark the where the axis started. So it would start at this plumb line, and it would either go out that way, back this way, or out this way. And then these plumb lines were just to make sure that everything was in line, and it was really to see how it could extend and make sure that nothing angled inwards or angled outwards, and everything was perfect. So the markers that I have set up here are, well, these markers right here would be used to make a road or map out the road. And so what would happen is I would be the surveyor, and I would have an assistant walk out however long I want to him. I would tell him to keep going, and then at one point I would tell him to stop. And once I told him to stop, I would either tell him to move left or move right to make sure he's in line with these plumb lines, and then I tell him to put the marker down. Then that marks it. And then they would keep on going until I could not do this with my eye anymore, and we'd have to plant another Groma. And they keep on doing that until they couldn't, until they made it to the destination that they wanted it to be at. And so then I have this marker over here, which it would be used for this and for this to make a city block. So they would have someone walk out however far they wanted to, or however long they wanted the block to be, and they would put it out. Say they wanted the block to be from here to there to there. They would just use the Groma, map it out to about here, use it from there, map it out like right there. Then I guess they'd plant another Groma in the far corner to sort of solidify it and make sure this is perfectly in diagonal, whatever, with that Groma. And from the accuracy of this was incredible for the time period that the Romans were in and the technology that they were limited to, because although it's based off of the human eye, and the human eye, it has flaws, so it's not perfect, but at the time period it was incredible. And to whatever extent that I could think of, this is the best thing or form that I could think of to make a road, make a city block, measure right angles. And yeah, overall I think it was a very great invention, and it really did build the empire, because it built the roads that connected the empire. It built the military camps, which provided safe passage through everything military to get from here to there if they needed to battle something. Also for architectural purposes, to build city blocks, to build different floors of something. Overall, it was an incredible invention, and it really benefited the Romans, and it was very accurate for that time period.